Hello and welcome to a new video on my channel. I'm Adam and today I got a two-parter Beast Quest ranking for you guys because Lucas gave me a suggestion which he'd like me to do, which has around 42 beasts included in it, and I'm not ranking 42 beasts in one video. So I've got I divided the list in half and got 21 beasts here and 21 on the next video that I'll be doing. And it is ranking all the quote-unquote boss level beasts in Beast Quest from my least favourite to favourite. So what makes a boss level beast? Well, we'll start things off with the most obvious one, being the finale beast of your respective series. So 27 already. And then I decided that I'm not going to include any other beasts from the main series, because then that'll get too messy and a bit confusing at times. So I just got the finale beast of each of the series from series 1 to 27, and then the other beasts which I have here are specials which have an attribute which I can class as making them a boss or something. So for example, there is having an army at their disposal, being able to change the background they're in or bring a weather attribute with them, or even having a special ability to where they are to where they can be considered overpowered, or just a flat out design or abilities. So it's abilities, army, a bunch of other stuff that specials have which can make them boss level, I guess. Now, in my opinion, I could add literally every special bar a few to make it on this list, but I decided to leave off the specials which are a bit weaker compared to the others here, in my opinion, and don't have any of the other attributes that I said. And I've also not added the two specials which I have not reviewed on my channel yet, because as I haven't reviewed them, I'm not going to talk about them. I said this in my Reptilian ranking. Bizarra and Arcano are not on this list because I have not reviewed them on my channel. Whilst Bizarra would have been on this list if I did review him, because the special after her isn't released yet and I haven't uploaded the review, not on the list. That's just poor timing. So with this, this is my opinion, and this is going to be a bit debatable when we get towards the throughout the entire list, because obviously everyone's opinion's different, and this is just my personal opinion on which beast I prefer more than the other, but also what I can see as more of a boss level beast. So we're going to start things off with last place being 42nd, and also what is last place on my humanoid ranking list, which is Rivera, ruler of the underworld. Kind of weird that a special of all things actually came last place. But yeah, Rivera is, in my opinion, the worst special, excluding Quigos and Kildor. Is an absolute disappointment in my opinion. And her army does all the work for her, while she just sits back on her throne and gains the power from the moonlight. And when she does end up having to fight Tom, she doesn't do much at all. The main fight against her didn't last that long anyway. So yeah, Rivera, last place, and design not really that good. 41st place, we have Canis the Shadowhound. In my opinion, the worst finale of season 6, the worst finale of all the seasons, and season 16, my least favourite series. Canis, whilst having a ghost phasing ability, which I guess is the reason why I can consider him being boss level, at the end of the day, there are other beasts with this ability which I class more as a boss level beast over this one. However, they are either not on this list or, in one case, 40th place. Yep, 40th place is Stealth the Ghost Panther. Also, the finale of Season 4 and another Ghost Beast with the Ghost Phasing ability. And unfortunately, I had to rank it low. Now, it's not really Stealth's fault, but it's also to do with the fact that the story that Stealth is in is kind of bad. Well, actually good, but the wrap-up didn't really hit home for me, and the beast itself is kind of generic. The reason why the reason why it's in 40th place is because the other beasts I either prefer more or have better abilities. And in 39th place, we have Sting the Scorpion Man. Now, for this one, this kind of solidified itself as a boss-level beast, apart from being the finale. I would argue because it's Tom's rival turned into a beast. Which was something which not even Tom's rival deserved. And he puts up a decent fight. However, unfortunately, the fight wasn't really a good one, in my opinion. I preferred the wrap-up to the story over that. 42nd, 41st, 40th, 39th. Okay, 38th place is Bloodborne the Buried Doom. Now, finally, I get to talk about Bloodborne in this list, and all I'm going to say is it's a terrible book. I'm sorry. The Beast is not that great. The Beast isn't that great. If anything, probably the worst of Series 8. And apart from its high intelligence and armoured plating along with strong power, there's nothing really much else I can really say about it that's good. Because it was just there as a prop for Sampaio for his plan to go downhill. So yeah. 37th place, I think. Oh, God. Yeah. 37th place, we have Tauron the Pounding Fury. The Season 11 finale. And unfortunately, a not very good one. Because Kenta's plan with these beasts is to send them all to Avantia and take over Avantia. But no, this is the only one that made it there, and as soon as he made it there, he died. The reason why he is higher than Bloodborne, Stealth, and Sting is because this one is a Master Swordsman. But unfortunately, though, that's the only reason why he is up this high. I do prefer him over Bloodborne, Canis, Sting, and Stealth, but not by a long shot. I mean, 36th place, I prefer Cressa more. And that's saying something. I don't like Cressa. But unfortunately, being a finale of the series 18, she had to be on this list. And Cressa is here. She's just like a knight, but with covered completely in diamond. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say for her. '35th place is Reichhardt the Firehound. The wrap up to Series 20 with my favourite beast of Series 20, but it's just an okay beast. I don't really know what I can really say about Reichhardt that's really good to say, because it reminds me of a kind of a combination of Gorog, Furno, Epos, pretty much every other fire related beast, just a bit better. Unfortunately, Reichhardt is just a mediocre fire beast in my opinion, and a mediocre finale. Up next in I need to keep counting this. 14, 39, 38, 39, 36, 35. Oh, is it? Yeah. 34th place, we have Doomskull, the King of Fear. Now, I don't remember the last time I actually bought this book up, and actually showed it to the camera, because Doomskull, in my opinion, is just a mediocre beast from Series 10. I prefer Doomskull over Shamani. I'm debating over Tecton, but Noctilla, Lustor, and Voltrex I easily prefer more than Doomskull. I think it's just the fact he gets overshadowed by Voltrex, Lustor, and Noctilla, and heck, Tecton to an extent. that makes him low on this list. 33rd place, we have Tempra, the Time Stealer. This one is able to travel back in time and also change the background with it. Kind of like a TARDIS. However, Tempra is actually this low because the design looks good, but not that great. And also, you only see her at the end of the book, and that's it. And as a beta viewer, that's not a good thing. Second place, we have Yakurik the Ice Bear. Now, with Yakurik, the problem I have with her is that I don't like my bear-related beasts. But what I do like is that she does bring a oncoming hailstorm with her, and that's why she's on this list to begin with. But other than that, she had a good fight. She was willing to go down with her ice castle, but that's it. Now, 31st place, and surprisingly, not any lower, because I would have thought I had this rather low, is Anoret's the First Beast. The most self-conscious beast there is. Ah, bless her, because she doesn't like having her face taken off. She needs to hide it. Yep, and she's the First Beast. Leader of all the Varkules. You name it, she probably is, and she's self-conscious. Enough said. I'm sorry, I really do not like Anoret for that. I can't forgive Anoret for being self-conscious. 30th place, we have Ferric the Iron Soldier. Now, this beast kind of reminds me of Venom. Because Venom has a very famous line being, "We can do whatever we want." Emphasizing on the we. And when Ferric raises his army, he communicates with Tom saying, "Soon all of Avantia will bow down to our feet. We will be the rulers of all of Avantia." I mean, that's what reminds me of Venom. But yeah, Ferric, unfortunately, I've never been a big fan of. I do have some respect for it due to the, we can do whatever we want kind of thing. But that's it. I still do not like Ferric. 29th place, we have Trillium, the three-headed lion, or as Lucas likes to call him, Trillium. So this was at one point my favourite book of the entire series, and is actually Jack Griffin's favourite book. Now, with Trillium, unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of him, because compared to other finales, he just blended into the background, and he's just kind of a mediocre beast, in my opinion. Whilst I do stand by what I say, saying this is a good finale, it's not a great one. And considering how many other books are after it, which I personally see are a lot better, Trillium's just falling down in the ranks for me. But he, at the moment, is still my second favourite series too. But being this low, that's probably not a good thing. 28th place, we have Kamar, the Faceless Beast. The finale of Season 12, the most overrated series of them all. I'm going to keep saying that, actually. And whilst it was a good fight, and it was actually at the start, the wrap-up after it, where it was the confrontation with Zerkin, it didn't really feel like a finale for me. Whilst Adoro losing his powers is the main kicker in it, unfortunately, I didn't feel that whole situation as much as I wanted to. Okay, yeah. Okay, 27th place, we have the finale of Season 25, The Prison Kingdom, Diprox, the Buzzing Terror. Now, this one I already had high expectations for because I do love my Bug Beast, so I obviously had very high expectations for it. Especially since Vespic and Minxus were great finales already. This one, unfortunately, was similar to Tempra. You don't see her till the end of the book. She's only transport as well, so, yeah. The only reason why she's higher than Tempra is because I, A, prefer this one's design a lot more, and B, she had better abilities, in my opinion. Other than that, though, Diprox, unfortunately, whilst I love the design, I really do, unfortunately, it's just not what I'm expecting of a boss level beast. Now, going on to 26th place. Yep, 26th place is a beast which I can see as a boss level beast, especially for one particular moment in it where he bowed down to Tom and not his rightful master, or not his proper master. I am, of course, talking about Quigos the Armoured Beetle. This one is Bloodborne done right. So, apart from, well, as I already said, he bowed down to Tom in front of everyone in Tangala, or the city of Tangala, made them believe that he's working for Tom. Quigos is a she, I think. And that made everyone in the city turn against Tom, which is already really good in my books, but also, very deceitful. Not to mention, Quigos also has a tough armor, like Bloodborne. Tough pincers, not like Bloodborne, but can deal a fair amount of damage, like Bloodborne. And also can bury underground, like Bloodborne. Bloodborne, done right this is. 26th place. What's stopping her from going any higher is the fact that I simply prefer the others a lot more. 25th place, we have, I'm pretty sure you were on my previous list. On one of them anyway. Humanoid ones, I believe. Hakawa, the River Beast. Oh yeah, you're also on my Water Beast ranking, weren't you? Yeah, 25th place is Hakawa. I have a bit of nostalgia to this book because it is my third special I ever had. I don't really know what else I can really say about it, apart from the fight could have been a bit better, with the whole infected army coming up to Tom, surrounding him, and but they don't go any further. They just watch the fight between Hakawa and Tom, and when Hakawa's struggling, the infected come in to help. No, apparently not. Too hard for Tom, wasn't it? Yeah. 24th place, we have Series 14's finale, Farah, the Snow Phoenix. This one, compared to the other Phoenixes of Beast Quest, Epos and Spyros, this one is my least favourite. But it is also the only the only Phoenix in its tournament to make it past round 1. Well, no, Spyros made it past round 1. No, he's got nothing special about it, this one. Yeah, this one didn't make a part. This one didn't do anything special. But yeah, Farah did kill a dragon in the tournament, and had a very brief fight in the actual fight against Tom in the actual book. But apart from that, nothing much else to say about Farah. 23rd place is a beast which Lucas insisted to be added on this list. I do not remember the main reason why, but I think it has to do with her abilities. But if I was to choose all of the specials to add on to this list, I wouldn't add this one. But because Lucas requested it, the list and this beast to be added on as well, I decided that I will. So with that, 23rd place is Jakara, the Ghost Warrior. Now, whilst I remember doing the specials ranking with Lucas and Jakara being in my top 5, I believe, maybe even 3rd place, it's moved down a fair amount, in case you couldn't tell already. I don't really know, I can't really explain why my opinion for Jakara's moved down, but I think it mainly has to do with the fact that I'm a beast reviewer and not a story reviewer, and if I'm to look at this strictly beast-wise, it's just an okay beast. But looking at it story-wise, I can see why it's one of Lucas's favourite books of the series, and I think his favourites of the series, actually. Because it's a good story and a great ending for one of the former Mistress of the Beasts. Kind of like a bittersweet ending, I guess. But, as a beast reviewer, it's just an okay beast with admittedly good abilities, but that's it. And 22nd place, wrapping up part 1 of this video, which I'm surprised I got through in just over 20 minutes, actually, is Sorex the Silent Creeper. Now, this one I adore this beast. The reason why I'm not a big fan of the series, is because Tauron and Oko are that bad in my opinion. They drag down what could have been a rather good series, because Griff and Sorex are brilliant. Tauron and Oko just not that good, and the story, not that good. I'm being completely honest. Like, I said this multiple times, and Lucas agreed with me here when he was talking about Series 17 in his Series 1 to 24 series ranking. Emperor Zheng should not have turned his back on Gwildor. He was the leader of Gwildor, and he turned his back on them at the end of Series 16. Whilst the people in the Gwildorian borderlands did not know about this, because they're so remote, I guess, from the actual place in Gwildor, the word can spread quickly through Gwildor. They eventually found out, and they turned their backs on him, where Zheng had no one helping him apart from Kensa. It would have been Sanpeo as well, but Sanpeo got arrested. So yeah. But yeah, going on with Sorex. So, Sorex is, in my opinion, a very good beast of Series 17. However, my heart belongs to Griff, I'm sorry. But Sorex is still a good finale with great abilities, and of course, based off a lizard. I like my lizards. So, yeah. 21st place, we have Zerkin the Shape Stealer. In my opinion, some of the best abilities with the transformation kind of thing, where he could shape shift, sharp claws, relatively simple, but healing himself, he can heal himself, pretty good. Not to mention wall crawling. And for a beast that is mainly intelligent, he did put up a really good fight against Croco, which is all brute force. So Zerkin puts up a really good fight. 20th place, we have Lipida, the Shadow Fiend. Now the thing is with Lipida, whilst it's not my favourite insects beast, it is definitely up there. Because Lipida, I like the fact that pretty much every part of her is a weapon. The tail, the tip of the tail, the scythe appendages, the wings. Heck, I believe she even has a high-pitched screech as well, along with sharp mandibles and all that. She put up a really good fight in Battle of the Beast, and I think made it to round 2. I'm not sure what round she died in or who she died to. But yeah, Lipida still did really well in my opinion. And also great abilities. So, 19th place, we have nocepha, the Cursed Siren. Now, first things first about nocepha, I love the dagger, red steel dagger she has on her arm, as well as the cover art here, looking too terrifying to have as a children's book, but okay. And obviously, she's one of the... She, along with the other beasts of Series 22, actually have a job protecting a certain part of Ria's pirate brigade ships and such. However, I think nocepha is probably the least important with the job, because why would you protect already made boats ready for battle when they can just go almost immediately? I do understand this is an important job, but compared to the others, I think it's probably the least important. That or Minxus's job, but I don't know. 18th place, we have Varak, the Storm King. Now, along with the giant lobster, styro done better kind of vibe it gives, it also has great abilities with a tough shell, strong pincers, and of course a high-pitch screeching it could give with his antennae. Still puts up a really good fight, and my favourite ability, brings an oncoming storm to battle. But yeah. Varak is one of the best of specials in my opinion, and whilst I think I may have been a bit harsh on it when me and Lucas did the specials ranking, I think it made it at least to the top 10, but I'm not really sure anymore. Moving on, we have Gargantuar, the Silent Assassin. Now, I accidentally gave a spoiler away in my first take with this book, so I'm not going to say much about it apart from it has really good abilities, and along with good design and a good wrap up to the story as well. However, I'm not going to say anything else because I don't want to spoil it. But what I will say, I look forward to using it in the tournament. 16th place, we have Streitor the Skeleton Dragon. Really good finale to Series 19 as well, which is also a very good season in my opinion. Whilst I do like all the dragons of this series, this is easily my favourite. With how well he did in Battle of the Beasts, as well as how much of a great fight he put up in the book, it was already destined to be really high, along with a great design and awesome abilities. I'm surprised Streitor didn't get any higher than he did in the review, but I don't remember how much he got in the review. Streitor probably got 26 or 27 in the review. But looking back at it, I probably might give it 28 or 29. I don't know. I'm still waiting for that day where a beast gets 30 out of 30. So, but yeah, moving on. I lost count. 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th. 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th. 15th place, we have Kairax the Metal Warrior. Now, this one is here simply because of its sheer power being unmatched compared to most other beasts. Being able to take any attack and dish a bigger one back. Not to mention it has really good abilities along with flight and also the power of the golden armor, which he doesn't use because of his ego. But I think during the All Generations tournament, I'm going to ensure he uses at least one of the golden armor powers, because whilst he does have an ego, the golden armor is arguably the most powerful relic there is. So yeah, so I would like to see Kairax actually use it. 14th place, that's 14th place. 14th place, we have a minxus the Bug Queen. Now, what I like about minxus is that her camouflage ability is my favourite. She's also one of my favourite colours. I don't really have a favourite colour, so green. Green is one of my favourite colours, along with blue, orange and red. But yeah, still a good colour in my opinion. Great fight she put up, and a good ending to Series 5 actually. And I believe, I might be wrong now, but when I did the collab with Lucas of our top 20 Beast Quest books, I believe this was third. I do not remember, but I do know what his top 2 were, and I think this was third place. So, yeah. You're liked by Lucas as well. 14th place, we have... Wait. No. 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th. 13th place, we have Vespic the Wasp Queen. In my opinion, a slightly better version of a Minxus, with the whole close combat abilities she has, where she's really good at up close fighting, along with the sharp claws, poisonous stinger, along with power of flight and incredible agility. In my opinion, Vespic is a really good close up fighter, and she's not afraid to get into the battle, whilst some other queens or kings beasts, let's say, would take a step back and let their minions do the dirty work. Now, Vespic would do the dirty work. She is the dirty work. 12th place, we have... now, this beast has actually gone up a lot in my opinions recently. Not going to go into that, though. But that is Epos the Flamebird. Now, it goes without saying, I do already have a love for phoenixes, and Epos, goes without saying, is my favourite phoenix of the series. Considering Spyros and Farah the comparisons, we already know what my opinion on Farah is, where it's just okay. Spyros is good, this one is great. It's an excellent wrap up to Series 1, and will probably be my favourite beast of Series 1 for as long as I love phoenixes. But her abilities are good as well, and I think she's the only Phoenix that did not make it past round 1 in the tournaments that I've done so far. I hope she'll make it to round 2 at least for the All Generations tournament, but I do not remember her opponent. If I remember, if I'm thinking of the right one, then yeah, it should be fine. 11th place is Cressa, the Winged Terror. This one was my favourite insect beast, so you know that the other beasts remaining are not bug-related beasts. But Cressa is still a really good beast in my opinion. And was having some of the best abilities with the whole deform and reform of the swarm such. I think this one does it the best in my opinion. And also how well she did in Battle of the Beast Special Generation really boosted her up in my opinion here. Because before the Special Generation tournament, I thought nothing much of her. But then after it, I'm just like, wow, this is actually a really good beast. And now it's 11th place on the boss level beast ranking. And I would say just barely making it in the top 20 for my top 20 favourite beasts of all time. I don't know when I'll be doing that again. But yeah, Cressa, 11th place for boss level. Now in the top 10. Now, out of the top 10, 2 of which are beasts which Lucas did not suggest to me. And I thought I should add on because they have a certain aspect to them which makes them, in my opinion, boss level. But the others, Lucas agreed with me or mentioned when we were discussing what beasts should be counted in. So 10th place, we have Grashkor, the Beast Guard. In my opinion, actually a really good book in my opinion. Not one of the most dedicated beasts, willing to kill himself just to beat Tom and destroy his home. Great abilities and also a very powerful whip. Yeah, trust me, it would hurt if you get hit by bone. So, yeah, not to mention good design and good abilities, along with an excellent fight. I think what's dragging Grashkor down compared to the others is that I'm just checking. Yeah, wow, really? Wow. Apart from one other beast, he's the only beast on this list that's left that did not make it past round 1 of their respective tournament. But then again, Grashkor did lose to a very powerful beast, so I can't really argue that. 9th place, we have Falco, the Coiled Terror. Now, for those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, you would probably think Falco will be a bit higher. Well, Falco is 9th place because I do prefer the other beasts more than this one. But I also do prefer another reptilian beast after, another snake beast after this one. So, we know what's coming up. But Falco, in my opinion, is still a really good beast. And the reason why this one's on the list anyway, because this is one of the 2 beasts I was telling you about that Lucas did not agree to. Well, he's one of the original 4 beasts, along with Epos, along with Nera and Golkian. Nera and Golkian will not be on this list because I do not know enough about them, whilst Falco I do know a fair amount about. So that's why Falco's on this list anyway. And also great abilities as well. And also, come on, he did really well in the tournament. So you got to give him that. 8th place, is that it? Yeah. 8th place, we have Chiron, Lord of Fire. Now, it might be a bit surprising that I actually have this beast this high. Because I know Lucas isn't the biggest fan of it and just thinks it's a bit of disappointment. But the reason why I have it up this high is because of how well it did in its tournament. Along with the creative liberty I have with the whole fire abilities, I feel like I can actually use him to my full potential. Unlike Elko, who's Lord of the Sea, I can't really do much of that because he doesn't have any abilities where he can control water. Chiron, however, can control fire. That's why I like Chiron more than the normal person would. I would argue, I still don't know who I prefer more, Chiron or Manix, but those 2 are definitely my favourites of Series 26. 7th place, we have probably a bit of a surprising entry, but it did well to make it this far, actually, in my opinion. And that's Croco, the Father of Fear. Now, what's dragging this one down is nothing, really. It's a great beast, and nothing is wrong with it at all. The reason why it's 7th place is because I have more attachment to the remaining 6 beasts. But Croco is still a good wrap-up to Series 24, which is a fan-made series and very good in my opinion. But yeah, Croco, 7th place. Not my favourite of Series 24, but sorry, still up there. One of the best, probably in the top 10, but I'm not entirely sure anymore. Considering that this is a ranking list of the boss level beast and it's 7th place, and there are some other beasts which I like more than Croco. Croco will make it in the top 20 maybe, but not the top 10. It might just barely miss the top 10. 6th place we have Cobra, Ghoul of the Shadows. Cobra feels like a combination of Zerkin and Croco. And what makes me like Cobra more is because Cobra was released before Zerkin and Croco, and in my opinion is better than both of them combined. Because he has the intelligence of Zerkin and the strength of Croco, along with the abilities of being able to shapeshift like Zerkin, and also change the backgrounds as well, unlike Zerkin, along with the brute strength and kingdom destruction that Croco has. Obviously Zerkin and Croco do have their abilities which Cobra doesn't, but they're not major abilities which Cobra would be better without, because Cobra would be better with them because, healing himself, come on. But what I'm saying is, so if Cobra had those, he would have easily won the respective tournament he was in. But because of his ego, he did lose in round 2. I'm hoping he learned his lesson and will not die in round 2 of this tournament. Or round 1 for that matter. I do not remember who Cobra's opponent is. Actually, no. I do know who Cobra's opponent is, and I'm looking forward to that fight. 5th place is Ferric the Winged Slicer. This is the second beast I was talking about that I have not spoken to Lucas about adding on. And this is also the second beast on this list who has, from the top 10, that has died in round 1 of their tournament. Then again, he lost to Ferric. Yeah. The reason why Ferric is here is because I simply adore the fact he has so many abilities to him, where I can literally call him the flying version of the walking death machine. And I just realised Ferric is a her. Or she. Not to mention, I love the design and I love the fight as well. And the reason why I added it on this list is because, like Falco, she was one of the beasts that was. She was a beast that was in the Chronicles of Avantia series. Well, around that time anyway. She almost killed Tanner, and was fighting Falco, Epos, Nera, Golkian. The original 4 beasts, and that's why I like Ferric so much, because she's a beast that's fought back in time. I could argue I should have added Magrawr to this list, but the reason why I didn't is because having 4 arms and really good strength does not make you a boss level beast, it makes you a bodyguard. I know that from experience. My character in the Lynxie series. But with Ferric, so this one is not a bodyguard, it's a full-on final boss in my opinion. And yeah, I honestly do adore Ferric, and it kind of upsets me that Lucas isn't the biggest fan of this, or as big a fan of it as I am. But considering he does story reviews, I'm guessing it's because the whole back in time thing is a bit of a delicate procedure with any story. And I think, if my memory serves me right with the specials ranking, he thinks Tempra did a better job with that whole time travel thing. But I don't really remember what he said. But yeah, Ferric is 5th place for the boss level ranking. 4th place we have well, we had Kairax with the whole golden armor powers. So now, naturally, we have Raksha with the shield token powers. In my opinion, though, Raksha the Mirror Demon is by far one of the strongest beasts to ever exist in Beast Quest. And And the reason why I say one of is because there's one more beast on this list which I believe is stronger than Raksha. However, in the battle they had, we know what happened there. So okay, this one is probably one of, if not the strongest beast of this whole series. That's why it's even on this list to begin with. Not to mention, well, he did really well in the Special Generation Tournament. And I'm trying not to spoil the Special Generation Tournament. I don't want to say how well he done, even though I probably already did. Because I know Jack Griffin has yet to finish watching it. And I'm trying to be careful what I say with that tournament and the new generation tournament. The old generation tournament, he doesn't care about because he already knows who wins. But Raksha did really well in that tournament. And whilst I do know how far he went, I honestly enjoyed using him in that tournament. And I look forward to using him next time I can. But yeah, Raksha, 4th place. Now, we're at the top 3. All 3 have competed in a tournament. So you know it's not from Series 27. And it's also not by Zara or Arcano. 2 of which were in the old generation tournament. 1 was in the special generation tournament. No more new generation beasts now. But 3rd place, we have Carnivora, the Winged Scavenger. This is, and always will be, my favourite beast of Series 7. And that's to simply do with the fact that the final fight against the beast and then with the beast against Malvel's army is fantastic. Heck, even Hellion was boosted in my likability for that. And that's saying something. Hellion is trash. Well, not trash, just okay. But Carnivora, Crestor, Madara, Elic, Convul to an extent are all fantastic beasts, and Carnivora tops them all. With the whole hyena crossed with a hyena with wings vibe it gives, along with the heat breath it has, sharp claws, sharp fangs, agility, agileness, and the power of flight. In my opinion, a really good beast. And whilst the abilities are kind of simple, I still like it for the simplicity it has, but also the complexness it has as well. And the final fight, as I said, is one of my favourite finale fights of the entire series. And with Series 7 being my first series I ever received when I started my collection, obviously I'm going to have some nostalgia to it. Just like I have nostalgia to the first book I ever read. But that has yet to come. 2nd place, we have Series 9 finale, Torpix the Twisted Serpent. Whilst I adore my reptilian beasts, and this is my favourite reptilian beast of all of them, the reason why it's not number 1 is because, well, I'll get to him later. But Torpix is number 2 because apart from the fact that it's the only beast in Seraph, and the Guardian of the Eternal Flame, probably the most important job that any beast has ever had. He's also one that didn't fight Tom. He fought alongside Tom, which is still really good. I would love to see Torpix again. I really would. And great abilities, a great fight against Malvel, and of course, who can forget the Battle of the Beast Series 1, Old Generation, with the winner right here. Torpix was the winner of the first season of Battle of the Beast, and my love for it has stayed skyrocketed high. Now, it's always been 2nd place. Like, it's gone from just around the 20s, maybe, and shot up to 2nd. It never got 1st place. And unless my number 1 does really bad in the next tournament, it won't get 1st place. And that's because number 1 is actually the first book I've ever read of this series. And that is Mortax the Skeleton Warrior. Mortax, in my opinion, is the definition of a boss level beast. With the abilities being able to, great strength along with scythe fighting skills, along with tough armor, being able to control beasts, people, and animals in the combat arena, as well as using their powers to make himself stronger. The more beasts in that arena, the stronger he is. That alone gives a hint to how well he did in the Special Generation Tournament. And that's going to give a hint to how well he's going to do in the All Generation Tournament. Not to mention, the first time I read this, I adored it. It was my favourite series. It was my favourite book of all of them. And it was also the first one I read. So, nostalgia, but also good taste. Good taste. And heck, when I told, before Lucas read this, I was telling him of how great of a book it is. And whilst he may have been a bit apprehensive, but liked the design for it, he read it and he understood what I meant by it's a great beast. And if I remember correctly, it's his second favourite special now. I'm not sure whereabouts it ranks on all of the books, but second favourite special, I'll live with that, because I know his favourite is Jakara and always will be. Mortax, in my opinion, is the definition of a perfect beast. And if I got to redo the beast review for Mortax, chances are it'll get either 29 or 30. There's going to be no beast that comes out in the future, whether we know about what they look like or not, that's going to be better than Mortax. And with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that little notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time with my next ranking, which I do not know what it will be. I need to check the comments there, but until then, peace out.